Ian McEwan's inaugural novel, The Cement Garden, 1978, chronicles the hardships of four siblings, aged 6 to 17, as they grapple with the aftermath of their parents' demise and strive to fend for themselves. The book was subsequently adapted into a film starring Charlotte Gainsbourg in 1993. Initially, we are introduced to a relatively conventional middle-class family comprising mother, father, and their four children. 17-year-old Julie, 14-year-old Jack, 13-year-old Sue, and 6-year-old Tom. Jack, a young teenager who serves as our narrator, experiences a profound sense of isolation that manifests in frequent conflicts with his family members, particularly Mother and Julie. Desperate for attention, Jack regularly harasses his younger brother Tom. In his opening narrative, Jack discloses that although he did not kill Father, he remains burdened with the nagging fear of being responsible for his death. One day, two men deliver cement to their household, storing it in the basement. Uncertain of its intended purpose, Jack overhears his parents arguing about it. One unsettling incident Jack recalls is when he and Julie compelled Sue to undress completely so they could conduct an examination, emulating doctors. While Julie attempts to coerce Jack into reciprocating, he resolutely refuses, secretly yearning for Julie to expose herself instead. Aware of the impropriety and the departure from innocent childhood play, Jack acknowledges the inappropriateness of their actions. Nevertheless, the three siblings persist in their dubious game. At school, Julie flourishes as an accomplished athlete, enjoying a multitude of friends and boyfriends. In contrast, Jack leads a largely solitary existence, plagued by severe acne and poor hygiene, bemoaning Julie's near-total disregard for him within the school corridors. Meanwhile, Father, unimpressed by Julie's athletic achievements, dismisses her events and misses witnessing her remarkable triumphs on the field. The strained relationship between Mother and Father is further exacerbated by the events that unfold. Suddenly, Father passes away from a heart attack, and a few weeks later, Mother's health takes a turn for the worse. These circumstances isolate the family even more profoundly. Although Julie maintains friendships, they are forbidden from visiting their home due to the family's perception of them as undesirable companions. While Sue previously had no shame in participating in the doctor game, she now adamantly refuses. As Mother's condition worsens, Jack's behavior takes a rebellious turn. He indulges in frequent masturbation and takes to demolishing the aged concrete path in their prefabricated garden with a sledgehammer. Meanwhile, the four children grow increasingly self-reliant as their mother's illness prevents her from contributing to the household's upkeep. With the family unit reduced to the four siblings, Julie and Jack subtly assume the roles of surrogate mother and father. However, this arrangement leads Jack to develop intense incestuous feelings towards his sister. Prior to her passing, Mother extracts a promise from Jack and Julie not to disclose her death, fearing that they would be separated and lose their home if authorities were involved. Following her demise, the siblings gather in Mother's bedroom. As Julie attempts to cover her body with a sheet, her feet inadvertently protrude, creating a macabre and darkly humorous spectacle that elicits laughter from the three older children. To conceal Mother's death from external scrutiny, Jack, Julie, and Sue construct a makeshift sarcophagus in the basement, utilizing the cement their father had purchased. While the children had managed to maintain some semblance of order in the household during Mother's life, her passing propels the family into squalor. Trash bins overflow, attracting swarms of flies and wasps. Meanwhile, Tom's growing dependence on Julie and Jack as his surrogate parents triggers a regression into an infantile state. He begins sleeping in a crib, crawling under the kitchen table, and drinking from a bottle. Sue, on the other hand, isolates herself, spending hours immersed in reading and writing within the confines of her room. Julie initiates a relationship with Derek, a 23-year-old, which ignites feelings of jealousy in Jack. Meanwhile, Jack is tormented by nightmares concerning his deceased mother and the unsettling events surrounding her demise. In an attempt to purge these haunting visions, he starts taking better care of himself, adopting regular bathing rituals and tending to his nails. As a result, Julie begins to show Jack more warmth and affection. However, the scent of decay from their mother's decomposing body begins permeating the entire house. When Derek becomes suspicious, he is deceived with a fabricated explanation that the odor stems from a buried dog in the basement. Unbeknownst to Jack, Tom confides in him that Derek is aware of their mother's burial beneath the house. In the final chapter, driven by a mix of emotions, Jack sheds his clothes and enters Julie's room, only to find Tom already there. While Tom slumbers, Julie joins them without displaying any surprise or distress at Jack's naked presence. Just as they settle, they are interrupted by a clamor originating from the basement. Sue informs them that Derek is vigorously breaking apart the concrete sarcophagus below with a sledgehammer. As the disturbance continues, the police arrive, coinciding with the siblings' reflections on their deceased mother. The cement garden emerges as a Freudian nightmare, delving into the realms of familial dysfunction and gothic sexuality, marking the inception of McEwan's illustrious career as a novelist. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.